What is breatharianism? Breatharianism is a realization and a consciousness. It is not fasting. It is not fasting. First and foremost, breatharianism is not fasting. Write this down. Breatharianism is not fasting.
Breatharianism is it's not easily achievable. It's not something that's easy because the desire is always going to be to eat, right? Because the body craves stimulation. So when you stop eating and your digestive organs go to sleep, the Kundalini energy rises. And then you live off your cerebral spinal fluid. Your cerebral spinal fluid is your pump in your body. So then you start living on prana and you start living the life of the awakened one, which is the Buddha. That would be the ultimate.
It was during Chinese medicine school in Qigong class that I had my first, to my shock and surprise, my very first awakening experience where suddenly I bursted into trillions of pieces of love and light. And I had no reference point for what was happening. And when I finally came back into the physical dimension, I didn't know what just happened to me. I just felt that was so blissful that I knew that was my natural state.
I had a awakening experience, enlightenment experience, whatever you want to call it, a few years ago in 2015, where my consciousness and my energy level really went up so far. And when this was happening, I reached a space where I just knew everything. And one of the things that came to me very clearly in that space was, yeah, of course you can live on prana. It was like a total given. It was totally like a natural thing. But this was coming from a place of knowing. It was not a mental process. This was not reading about it or philosophing, is this possible or not? It was just this deep inner knowing, like, of course this is possible. We have that potentiality in us. Everybody has.
I had transitioned to essentially raw vegan, and then it was like, okay, and I'm sitting there eating this piece of broccoli and celery at lunch. I was working at this greenhouse, and then I was like, hold on a second, what does my body run off of? And it's not broccoli or protein, right? I mean,
when you turn normal, so to speak, and you uncondition yourself on food, how you perceive food, how you view things truthfully, it starts arguments. It's very different. So I kept a lot of knowledge to myself when it comes to me deprogramming myself from food. It got to the point where I was drinking distilled water, but then the fresh air actually woke me up. It gave me spring in my step. It actually got me out of bed just to breathe. Breathing made me feel really good. It's like if you hold your breath for 3 minutes, you feel like you're going to die, right? Well, imagine every breath you're taking is making you feel awake and alive. Breatharians, they go through a process where they uncondition themselves, because technically everyone should be a breatharian if you're not conditioned by what society calls food at all. I thought, why am I eating this? There's no point. And that's where I'm getting to, guys. Why? Why are you eating? Because if there is no why, then are you hungry? The answer is no. What hunger actually is, isn't what we've been taught to believe. So when it comes to people transitioning into Breatharianism, they're doing it because they're becoming awake and aware of what's going on. And they won't stand for being unconscious eating. They won't stand for that. And because of that, their body slowly adapts, because it's a slow not standing for that.